the principles behind it, it's a non-hands-on movement therapy. So there's no touching, there's no cracking of bones, there's no massage or anything like that. It's more akin to yoga and Pilates. It's all about movement and how movement is basically the medicine that stiff, achy, painful Western bodies need to feel good again in a kind of physical sense. And it basically teaches how the whole body is connected. You have chains of muscles that run from your little toe, like all the way up to your ear, all connected. And therefore, like the bit of your body that hurts is highly likely never really the root cause of the problem. So, you know, someone's got a bad hip, a bad back. You hear the terminology that they're saying, I have a bad hip, I have a bad back, my bad knee, my bad shoulder. And actually, when you kind of go into my world rabbit hole, you realize that actually that bad knee, bad hip, bad back, bad shoulder is actually the overworking, exhausted, tired part of the body that's working really hard on behalf of other things that aren't working. So the sort of typical way that we look at things is when we have that bad back, we're stretching it out, we strengthen it, which makes it worse because it's already exhausted. And it's so understandable, but so problematic. We hone in on that bit that hurts. And by chasing the symptom, you never get to the root cause of the problem. You're always just stuck at the surface. And so with my work, it's teaching people like your back pain is because your right foot doesn't articulate properly. That stiffness at your right foot is causing stiffness at your hip and pelvis, jacking you up into like a pelvic elevation, which means that your vertebrae are starting to like wear away. So if you focus on the vertebrae, you can waste years of your life, or you can focus on that right foot and restore the balance back to your pelvis. So it's a movement therapy which teaches people not to look at the symptoms, but teaches people how to learn to connect bits of them. So figuring out like when I move my right foot differently, my back pain goes away. So let's focus on the right foot. And that's how it's different to yoga or Pilates. Like I love both of those things, but they are kind of whole body movement practices, whereas this is a little bit more kind of bespoke to the person that's in front of you, just like depending on what it is that they have going on, because everyone has different aches and pains, but typically their aches and pains are caused by exactly the same movement problems. So actually you end up giving the same exercises to most people, because most people's problems are they have weak, stiff feet, they have weak, stiff hips, they have weak, stiff shoulders. And if you fix those three things, you're probably going to feel